This is Issues with Toddy. Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. You're not, but I am. That's all right. As long as one of us are, the channel will run. Guys, have you ever gotten away with something and thought, shit, I ain't gonna tell anybody. I don't want anybody to know I got away with that. Or if I tell somebody, maybe they'll tell somebody else. Like maybe, you don't know. So when you get away with something, maybe you don't go and throw it in the faces of a bunch of people. Like the world, Gypsy Rose, like the world. So Gypsy Rose, as we know, got 8.5 years. She did 8.5 years. She got sentenced to 10 years for the masterminding of unaliving her mom. Now, it's proven that she did talk somebody into this. The text messages are there, and there's with Nick saying, why don't we just leave? And Gypsy's like, but the only way I can leave, the only way we can leave and I can be without anybody coming after me is if we unalive my mom. Please, please, please. And, after over 2.5 years, Nick gets talked into it. Nick, who's autistic, as we know, who has a very simple way of thinking. And if he believes something, he believes it wholeheartedly. Does he know the difference between right and wrong? Yes. But to him, the only way to protect and save the woman that he worshipped was what he was told to do by the woman that he worshipped. And that was unalive my mom so we could live together forever and ever. And then let me throw you under the bus, run over you a fucking few times, and get out in 8.5 years, fuck up everybody's life that I touch, don't pay any attention to you, and let's see where life takes me. Well, bitch, I think it's taking you back to the big clinker. You're going to the clinker. And I think so because, see, you didn't have the common sense, Gypsy Rose, to take your toys and go home after you were done fucking up everybody's toy playland. Now, do you understand what that means? That means when you do go into that sandbox and you kick sand around and your parents don't say, oh, please don't do that, that's the wrong thing to do, but they stand there and let you do that, and the whole wide world lets you kick sand around, and then you get out of the play box and then you go and you walk away. You don't go back to the play box and keep kicking sand, and the people that are sitting there, which is what you did, Gypsy Rose. I am probably 100% convinced that your dad probably told you, go away, girl, go away, take your shit and go away. I probably don't do that accent very good. I think that was more African or South African. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it wasn't what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be that Bayou accent. Tells his average bear, go away. My average bear, my favorite average bear was Yogi, not you, Gypsy. So as far as I'm concerned, they could throw your ass away forever. And as far as this child goes, Kristy's going to end up raising it. I think Kristy is the person that you need to look out the most for, because I don't see where she benefits from you being on the outside. So maybe the person that's throwing you under the bus and running over your ass a few times might be your stepmonster. Your stepmom. That's what I'm kind of thinking, because nobody's giving you the advice to shut the fuck up. Just shut up. You got away with something. You made some money. You should have gone away. But you didn't. You started harassing people after they started reporting on your behavior. But your behavior is atrocious. Why do you think you're the only person in the world, Gypsy Rose, that doesn't get your behavior reported when you behave with such audacity? Why do you think you shouldn't get called out on it when you put your face all over social media and rub that big belly of yours? We still don't know if you're pregnant. We just know you got a big ass belly. That's what I got one too. I got one too now. I'm 61 years old. I'm working on it. Gypsy, the reason why people want to see you get locked up and have the key thrown away is because you laughed at everybody. You laughed at the world. You got away with unaliving your mom, and then you laughed at everybody because of it. And you did that in your behavior when you started bossing people around, bullying people, and started with more entitlement than you really knew about. See, we know how spoiled you were by your mom because of the behavior that you have on the outside. If your mom was as strict and as nefarious as you said, you would have boundaries, but your mom never gave you boundaries, never gave you boundaries. Therefore, you don't have them. You don't have them because you weren't taught them. So that theory of your mom, like being horrific to you, no. No, 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 because that would be shown in your behavior. You would be a little bit more timid, not so sure and confident of yourself. See, you knew that if you put that high squeaky voice to work, it would get you what you thought, anything. But your world got bigger, and a lot of people started saying, hey, I've seen that behavior before on this criminal, or I've seen that behavior before on this snake, and they kind of put it together. Now, you mean to tell me nobody said to you, hey, you better take your toys and go home, because somebody's going to catch on to what you did, and this attitude of yours, it's going to uncover a can of mice, not just worms, mice. And you're going to be up the ass, and you're going to go back to prison. And now there's a little bit of a problem because you may or may not be pregnant. We still don't know. You know why? Because we don't trust you. Because the things that came out of your mouth haven't been the same things that came out of your mouth. And if you think we, the little people here, have caught on to that, you're right. But the big people that have control over your freedom, they've caught on to that too, dumbass. And, she unalived her mom. She threw an autistic man under the bus. She has come after people for speaking their mind, just reporting on her own behavior. And at some point, you're going to hit a brick wall with people, and they're going to say, yeah, you get no more leeway. I want to see you thrown in jail. I want to see you go back and do your time. And that's where you've come to me. I have no compassion. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy. I have nothing but disdain for this person who unalived her mom, set somebody else up for it, and is walking around in mockery, thinking that they're all that and that they have the life that a lot of people have worked very hard to get without unaliving anybody. You see how you piss people off, Gypsy Rose? Now, you can say that there are people that are envious and jealous, but I don't think any of them want their mom unalived. I don't think any of them would do that. So that's not it. It's a matter of what's right and what's wrong and what is in the conscience of people and the concern of the United States. I mean, seriously, you can't let people like you, Gypsy, who are dangerous and whose fuse is this big. And we see how big your fuse is because we see when you get upset with people, you don't take a breath. You fight. You come after. You say things that get you in trouble. And now it looks like you're in trouble. What do you think, guys? Grab your popcorn because I think she's going back. I think she's going back. And I think Kristy has something to do with it. Rod, I wouldn't want to be you. I really wouldn't want to be you because you got your daughter, you're dealing with the guilt of how you didn't show up. And I'm not bashing you, man, because I wasn't there. I don't know. I think it was both you and Dee Dee. Okay? And then you got your wife, who we know you love. But does she really love your daughter? And you know this. You know the truth about this because you know how she showed up in your daughter's life. And you know the things she said to you when nobody was listening. Only you know those things. Put those things together and tell me if you think it's impossible for the woman that you're married to help set up the daughter that you lost contact with and have just re-engaged contact with. Think about it. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think in the comments. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great day. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always, always be kind. Thanks, guys. Never be a Blanchard.